So, as Greg said, my name is Chris Bailey. I'm the founder of GearBrake, and we're using innovative technologies to help make motorcycle riding safer and more enjoyable. Now, when I was 21 years old, I did what every smart, single 21-year-old guy should do. I went out and bought a sweet motorcycle. I was so excited. I couldn't wait to tell everyone I knew about it and ride everywhere I could. But there were a couple people I didn't want to tell, and those were my parents. Because I knew as soon as I went and told my parents, they would freak out and yell at me about motorcycle safety. And when I finally got the guts to go up and say, hey, Mom and Dad, look what I bought, isn't this cool? They yelled at me and they're like, Chris, you're gonna kill yourself. And I said, no, Mom and Dad, I'm gonna be safe. You know, I'm not gonna be popping wheelies down the interstate and drag racing down the street. I'll be looking out for other cars and I'll be aware. And they said, Chris, it doesn't matter. There's only two types of motorcycle riders, those that have wrecked and those that are going to wreck. And like the dumb kid that I was, I said, yeah, sure, whatever, Mom and Dad. Went, jumped on the bike, and went out and rode for 2 years. And I rode really happily. I loved every minute of it. It was a lot of fun, until the day that I proved them right. This was a pretty bad day for me, and honestly, it was almost, how many years ago was that? It was Thunder morning that it actually happened, so it's actually coming up on an anniversary. And a car did not see me, and I wrecked the bike. And I just remember rolling and rolling and rolling. And when I finally finished rolling, it took forever, it felt like. I got up and people were like, are you okay? And all I could say is, oh my God, I'm alive. It was like the coolest moment ever. Just to be like, it sounds weird, but it was a powerful moment for me because I was just like, I'm alive. And it took about 6 months for me to heal up and finally get back on the bike. And when I did, I found I didn't enjoy it anymore. It was really scary. And honestly, I felt invisible on the roadways. And that's a really powerful feeling when you're on the road and you feel like cars can't see you and there's nothing you can do about it. And in talking with motorcyclists, it's a universal feeling that they have. And that feeling of invisibility really resonated with me when I was slowing down. Because there's nothing you can do about it. If a car does not see you coming from behind, you really don't know about it. They're going to cram into you and you won't know. What's unique about manual transmissions, and especially motorcycles, is that they're extremely effective at slowing down without the use of their brakes. So they can come to almost a complete stop without even hitting their brakes by engine braking or downshifting. So engine braking is if you just let off the gas and the engine and the transmission very quickly starts slowing you down. And downshifting is roughly the same thing, except you go from a higher gear to a lower gear, and both of those are extremely effective at slowing down the vehicle. But the fatal flaw is that it does not light your brake lights. So this whole time that you're coming to a stop, almost a complete stop, your brake lights are not lighting up to tell the person behind you, watch out, don't hit me. And I thought this is kind of crazy, right? This is a huge flaw in the system. I thought, what could we do about it? What could we do to make this better and safer and add visibility to it? And so I kind of got this crazy idea in my head one day. What if we were to take an accelerometer, which is commonly found in all of your cell phones. It detects which way is up, when you turn it, and lets you play those fun racing games. And what if we took that chip and put that into the existing brake light system of your motorcycle? And that way it could detect when you're slowing down and light the brake lights automatically. So I thought this was a really cool idea, and like every entrepreneur, you know, it's just the best idea in the world. But I wanted to know, do other people think this is a cool idea? So I went out and did customer discovery and talked to several hundred people, and a lot of the people I talked to were like Anthony. Oh, Richard, actually. He changed names on me. So Richard says that he only uses his brake lights 25% of the time to slow down, which means that 75% of the time that he's slowing down, he's not using his brakes, and therefore his brake lights are not coming on. A lot of people like him. Finally, Anthony talked to a lot of people like him who said that they got rear-ended. And when he stopped and said, why'd you rear-end me? They said, I just didn't see you slowing down. I'm sorry. Some of the saddest people I talked to was people like Sean. And people like Sean have actually lost friends due to rear-end collisions on motorcycles. And so after doing this intense customer discovery and having over 200 people sign up for a product that didn't even exist yet, I said, okay, it's time, just go ahead and let's make this. So we spent about 6 months doing intense research and development, working to make sure the final product worked, it was tested, make sure it was street legal, make sure we had all of our product liability covered, and finally that we had freedom to operate and filing the provisional patent. And this is the final product that we've come up with today. Did that get everyone's attention? Probably. The slide wasn't broken. It's actually that flashing lights can increase reaction times by 50%. And so what the GearBrake is able to do is, as soon as it detects that you're slowing down, it'll flash the brakes for about 2 seconds, and then it'll go to a solid light. There's also some really great research done by Daimler Chrysler and the NTSB that says if you can give the person behind you just an extra 1 second of warning time, up to 90% of rear-end collisions could be avoided. So this is so powerful, like it blows my mind. I want to repeat it. If you can give the person behind you an extra 1 second advance notice that you're slowing down, up to 90% of rear-end collisions could be avoided. And the great thing about the GearBrake is it actually detects that you're slowing down before you hit the brakes. So it's giving you an extra 3 to 5 seconds that you would have never gotten on your own, far surpassing that 90% rate. In the United States, just the United States alone, there's over 10 million motorcycles. And last year there were 450,000 sold just in the United States. On average, those riders spent about $1,300 on parts and accessories, which is where our part fits in. We did some product testing and some split testing to figure out what customers are willing to pay. We went out and asked them. We said, hey, what would you pay for this product? And on average, they said between about $30 and $90. And so then we started testing, okay, will they pay $50 or will they pay $70? And we found there was really no difference. They were both willing to pay, equally. So we went with the $69 price point. So our total addressable market in the US is $690 million just for this product, just in the United States. We've already done pre-sales, and we're pushing into manufacturing now. We'll be manufacturing over the next couple weeks and shipping those pre-sales out. We've talked to dealers in Louisville, Indianapolis, and Cincinnati, and they're all excited to stock the products, so we can start shipping those here within the next few weeks as well. And we've also had conversations with complementary product companies of motorcycle parts, and they want to license the product and use this under their name, and we're continuing those conversations now. But what we're really excited about is some of the new products we can come up with. In doing our customer discovery, we talked to a lot of people that want to see more app integration with the motorcycle. You're starting to see this now with cars, but there's nothing out there with motorcycle. So the first iteration could be that the cell phone could adjust the functions of this brake light module. It could make it flash if you wanted it to flash. It could make it not flash. It could adjust the sensitivity of the automatic brake light. But there's also some really cool stuff you can do once you start connecting a cell phone to a motorcycle. Like if you're out on a deserted road by yourself and you wreck, it could easily detect that you've wrecked and send automatic EMS crash reports to send help. We've also talked to a lot of people that want to incorporate wireless lights into the back of the helmet or on the back of the jacket so that when you're hitting the brakes or slowing down, those lights would come on as well to further increase the visibility of the motorcycle. We also think the trucking industry could be a really huge market. Trucks slow down with the use of their gears and jake brakes, and if anyone has any contacts in the trucking industry, we would love to talk to them. We were really looking to get involved in this industry. The team is composed of myself, Chris Bailey, and my partner who just came on board, who is one of like the 6 engineers here. So according to Sterling, we've got a much better chance. Jason just came on board, and we've got our advisory team, Alex Frohmeyer, Nathan Fort, and Doug White. And combined, we have a total experience bringing over 6 products to market, covering all the aspects of research and development, product liability, legality, IP, etc. So the product's on sale now. We've been accepting orders for quite a while. It's $69. I can give everyone a special tonight for $49 if you're interested. So if you or someone you care about rides a motorcycle and you're interested in increasing the safety of that ride, talk to me afterwards or go to gearbrake.com and we can get you set up. Again, my name is Chris Bailey. I'm the founder of GearBrake, and we're using innovative technologies to help make motorcycle riding safer and more enjoyable. I'll be in the back. Feel free to grab me and talk. Thank you guys so much.